All right, everyone. Well, we are going to get started here today. My name is Samantha Voschel, and I'm the Director of Marketing and Enrollment for Julie Billiart Schools. And we're just so happy you're here with us today to talk about anxiety and to provide really this special 35-minute breathing meditation for our caregivers. We have our wonderful friends at Courage to Caregivers joining us today. This has been a 5-part webinar series, and we've really focused on anxiety in children. Julie Billiart schools are schools that serve kids in grades kindergarten through 8, and many of our kiddos struggle with anxiety. But we would certainly be remiss to not also provide some type of support for their caregivers. As you've all heard and know, this year has been really difficult for a lot of people, for our students, for teachers, for parents, for providers and community partners. And hopefully this short time that you've been able to take away is just a nice reward for you. We're wrapping up the school year at JB. Our last day of school is this week. So we just wanted to provide something a little special for our caregivers. It really takes a village to support students with special learning needs. And we want to honor all of the people in that village who make it possible. So again, I'm Sam from Julie Billiart Schools, but we're going to keep it pretty light on JB today and really focus on our partners at Courage to Caregivers. For those who don't know what Julie Billiart Schools do, welcome. We have a lot of parents on this webinar. We've got providers, we have pediatricians, we've got other educators. We welcome all of you. Julie Billiart Schools is a network of 3 K-8 schools, again, that serve kids with special learning and social needs. Most of our students have mild to moderate autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. And like I said, many struggle with anxiety. So JB is a very unique environment where we can support those students through not only academics, but also a whole child approach to education. And we offer on-site therapies, direct intervention, 2 intervention specialists for each grade, really small class sizes, and just a warm, nurturing approach to education. So if you have any questions at all about Julie Billiart Schools after today, you'll receive a follow-up email with a link to this presentation. You can respond to that email and I will be in touch, or you can always reach us at admissions@jbschool.org or visit our website or give us a call. But at this time, I'd love to turn it over to Sarah Bors, who is the Community Outreach Coordinator for Courage to Caregivers. She has helped facilitate this webinar, and Courage to Caregivers does some wonderful things for the community of caregivers. So I'll turn it over to her.
Thanks, Sam, and thank you, Julie Billiart Schools, for partnering with us today. I also wanted to thank everyone for having the interest, the curiosity, and the time to join Cathy for her breathing meditation. I know everyone is here for Cathy's meditation today, so I'll just briefly tell you about Courage to Caregivers. We are a nonprofit located in Northeast Ohio with the mission to provide hope, support, and courage to caregivers and loved ones of those living with mental illness. We offer 3 programs currently at no cost to the participants. All our programs are virtual, and we do serve caregivers nationwide. Many of our caregivers are parents, grandparents, siblings, or adult children taking care of their parents. The first program is our one-to-one caregiver peer support. This program matches caregivers in need with volunteers who have experience caring for someone with a mental illness. The second program is our support groups. These are facilitated by licensed social workers or counselors, and also a trained peer specialist. Our support groups model is more of a coaching model. It helps to provide resilience in our caregivers. And then lastly, which Cathy will demonstrate today, is our breathing meditation program. In this program, our facilitators provide breathing techniques like yoga movements, a guided meditation, and a deep rest. We also do provide workshops and presentations to local social service organizations, corporations, schools, and other organizations. We'd love to stay in touch as well. You can visit our website for more information. We have a lot of great resources for caregivers, and we also have a weekly newsletter we send out. You can follow us on social media, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload a weekly meditation on YouTube. So you can find more meditations by Cathy or any of our other great breathing meditation facilitators. I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to Cathy Varley. Cathy is a certified yoga instructor. She's completed the 200-hour teacher training. She enjoys teaching all types of yoga, especially trauma sensitive, restorative, and yoga for teens. Cathy?
Thank you so much, Sarah, and welcome. It's an honor to be with you this afternoon. So, whether you are a teacher or a staff member, a parent, a healthcare provider, a social worker, or even a family caregiver, you have navigated the ups and downs of this unprecedented time with grace and resilience. Therefore, it would be common for you to be experiencing some type of compassion fatigue as you absorb the stress and the anxiety of the students you care for right into yourself. Stress manifests itself in the body in so many ways, and usually the body is the first indicator that something is not quite right. It will give you signs to that effect. Some of the symptoms of compassion fatigue are irritability, mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion, sleeplessness, depression, anxiety, headaches, weight loss or weight gain, and that is just a few. There are so many more. So to carry this kind of stress as well as your own stress can be very difficult and often all-consuming. So what can you do to remedy this, especially in this strange time that we're in? Well, you can start by implementing a little self-care into your daily routine. At Courage to Caregivers, our motto is self-care isn't selfish. It is as necessary to give to yourself as you give to others each and every day. At Courage to Caregivers, we know that there are 4 components to self-care at the very basic sort of foundation of self-care, and that is breathing, meditation, mindful movement, and deep rest. So let's start with the breath. The breath is the most basic, valuable tool that you have. It's portable, right? It's always with you. Regulating the breath has a great impact on regulating your stress level. And it's the most valuable tool in your toolbox. When we're stressed, we tend to breathe up in our chest in a shallow manner and very rapidly. This does not allow for fully nourishing breaths, and it keeps us in that fight or flight mode, sort of that anxious, anxiety-driven mode. And although that is a necessary mode that we need to be in at certain times in our lives, we don't want to stay there. So when we breathe deeply and mindfully from the diaphragm, and that is the muscle that sits below the rib cage on both sides of the upper abdominal cavity, we're allowing fully nourishing, oxygenated breaths to reach every cell in our body. And when we do that little reset, when we breathe deeply, we actually press the reset button that takes us out of the fight or flight mode and brings us into the calm, rest and digest mode. And that's where we all want to be. Deep breathing creates changes in the body, such as lowering blood pressure, lowering the heart rate, lowering the output of the hormone cortisol, which is the stress hormone. That's very important. Boosting the immune system, boosting the digestive process, and in general, just lifting us out of anxiety. And that is just taking a few deep breaths. And so also for a breathing meditation practice, there are many benefits. If you're new to this kind of thing, don't worry. There's no way that you can do it wrong. It will be your own unique practice. In addition to reducing stress and anxiety and depression, studies actually show that a breathing meditation practice boosts your attention span, enhances self-awareness, because when we meditate, we go inward. We leave everything on the outside behind, and then we draw inward. And so we become aware of what's going on in our mind, in our body, and in our spirit. A breathing meditation practice generates kindness by boosting positive feelings towards ourselves and others. So that's just a natural byproduct. It can also reduce dementia and in general promotes a feeling of emotional well-being. And there's so much more, and I could go on and talk forever, but that's not what you came for. And so at Courage to Caregivers, we like to provide what we call an embodied experience, meaning that you will feel it in your body. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's begin a little breathing. So I'd like to ask you to get real comfortable in your chair here, maybe shifting your weight from one side to the other so that you're not leaning on either side, and then just settling in the center and really feeling your sitting bones rooting down into your chair. Perhaps rolling your shoulders up to your ears and then letting them softly settle back down again so that you're not holding any tension there. And then feeling your feet on the floor beneath you, feeling that rooting down into the earth. And as you're getting settled in your chair, I'm going to begin a little music here. Just take a moment to get that started. Sorry. Okay, now that we have the music set, I invite you to close the eyes or leave them softly cast down in front of you. And you can have your palms resting on your lap, palms facing down or palms lifted for more energy, whatever you want to do in this present moment. And then sitting up with a nice tall straight spine, and the reason we ask for a tall spine is because that allows us to breathe more efficiently. And as your eyes are closed and you are comfortable in your chair, just begin to notice the breath as you come to stillness, allowing the breath to come in and out, in and out. Feeling the sensation of the breath coming in and out of your nose. And if any random thoughts try to creep in, that's okay. Thoughts will come and go. We're a thinking people. But we just notice those thoughts without judgment and then very gently let them go. They will not impact your practice today. So continue to breathe in your own natural rhythm, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And now we're going to begin to deepen the breath. When you deepen the breath, especially on the exhale, you actually press that reset button to bring you into relaxation. It triggers something in the body that just lets all of that stress go. So we're going to begin a little breathing called ocean breath or ujjayi breathing. And this is the sound that you make when, say, you're fogging up a pair of glasses to clean them. It's that ha sound, the ha sound on the exhale. And I like to think of it as the sound that a seashell makes when you put it up to your ear and you can actually hear that roar of the ocean. And so we're going to inhale together through the nose and then exhale through the mouth with a sound. Good. Once again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling with a And I invite you to do that a few times on your own. And as you feel that exhale, that ha sound, just notice what that feels like when the breath passes over the back of your throat. And you feel that letting go. Just be aware of that sensation in this present moment. Good, and now we will begin that ocean breathing with a closed mouth on the exhale. So inhaling in through the nose and exhaling the ha sound with a closed mouth, but conscious of that breath passing over the throat. So let's try that for a few rounds. Inhaling in and exhaling. Inhaling in and exhaling. And just letting that breath settle in to the rhythm and pace that is all uniquely your own. And as that is starting to feel more familiar, I invite you to bring your left hand and place it over your heart and your right hand to your low belly. Really feel the contact of your hands on your body here. We're going to experience the physical sensations of the breath as it moves through the body. This is called three-part breathing. And let it be like a wave. And you're going to ride that wave of the breath as you inhale in, inviting the breath in through the nose, and then feeling your chest rise, your ribs rise, and your belly expand out into your hand. And as you inhale, feel the belly contract towards your spine, the ribs fall, and the chest falls. Three-part belly breathing. Once again, inhaling in, chest, ribs, belly, and exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Feeling that in your body, one piece at a time, like that gentle wave. And you're not forcing anything. You're just letting it happen as if you were on a little raft riding the waves of the ocean, just letting the wave of the breath carry you along. So once again, inhaling chest, ribs, belly, and exhaling belly, ribs, chest. And I'm going to invite you to continue that three-part breathing on your own while I read our affirmations for today's practice. Affirmations are positive statements that we make to set the tone for a meditation practice. And also, when we say positive affirmations to ourselves over and over again, they become a part of us. They resonate deep within us. And as you are breathing, just hear these affirmations today. I am calm. I am peaceful. I am relaxed. I love and appreciate myself exactly as I am. I recognize the need to take care of myself first. I am worth it. So taking a few more mindful breaths here. Bring that hand that's on the belly over the hand that's on your heart so that both hands are resting over your heart. And give yourself a little hug of self-compassion for all you do on behalf of so many others every single day. and in appreciation for your generous, caregiving heart. Good. And as that feels complete, I invite you to open the eyes, and we will begin our third component of a self-care practice. This is mindful movement. So in Courage to Caregivers, we always give our participants a little bit of chair yoga. Sometimes we do standing postures, but it's mostly in the chair. The word yoga means to yoke, so it is the union of the mind and the body coming together to balance your whole system, mind, body, and spirit, to bring everything into harmony. And so I invite you again, remember, with open eyes, to find your nice tall spine in your chair here. And I'm going to move my chair back a little bit so you can see me better. And we're going to begin a little movement to invite the breath in, to open up the body, to work the spine a little bit. And this is called cat-cow. If you are a practicing yoga person, you may have done this on your mat on hands and knees, but we're going to do it here in our chair. So I invite you to leave your palms resting down on your lap, facing down. And as you inhale, lift the heart, lift your gaze up to the sky, arch your back slightly, inhaling in, opening the heart, opening the chest. And then exhale, tucking chin towards chest, rounding the spine, and just going inward here. Once again, inhaling, lifting your heart, lifting the gaze, arching the back. And then again, exhaling, rounding the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest. And you can continue this on your own, remembering to inhale as you look up and to exhale as you round the spine. And as you continue this, just feel in your body that articulation of every vertebra as you go, as you round and as you arch the back. It's a very good posture to awaken the body. Good. Great. And as that feels complete, come to stillness once again. We're going to inhale and lift arms all the way up to the sky, pressing palms together over the top of the head. And then exhale, bringing hands to heart center, resting your thumb knuckles on your sternum. Good. Inhaling in, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze, pressing palms together. Exhaling, bringing hands to the heart. Good. Let's continue this on your own, lifting the gaze, lifting the palms as you inhale, and exhale, hands come to the heart. And as you do this, I will keep talking you through it. These are called sun breaths. This is the beginning of sun salutations in yoga. So it's a very mindful, grounding type of posture that evokes relaxation and that essence of going inward, stillness. And one more time, lifting, inhaling, and then exhaling, hands to heart. Good. We're going to do a little twist posture. This is a seated twist that we'll do in our chair here. Taking the right hand, placing it on the left knee, inhaling and lifting the left arm up overhead, and then twisting the body to face to the left, bringing the left hand to the back of the chair and gazing out over your left shoulder. And breathe. Good. And then coming back to center, In yoga, we do everything on both sides of the body so that it remains balanced. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So taking the left hand, bringing it to the right knee, taking the right arm up overhead, twisting to the right, bringing your right hand to the back of your chair, and gazing out over the right shoulder. Just breathe. Good. And then inhale back to center. Let's take those shoulders and roll them up to the ears, and then let them softly settle back down as you roll the shoulders up. And then you take them back down again. Feel that connection of your shoulder blades in back of you. And just know that we carry a lot of stress and tension in our upper body, especially the shoulders and the neck, shoulder blades, upper arms. So this is a great way to alleviate some of that stress. And now we'll take the rolling of the shoulders in the opposite direction. So moving the shoulders forward when we come up, forward and back. Good. And then just taking hands to the top of the shoulders, just rotate the head a couple of times, first in one direction and then the other, just to loosen up any remaining tension that might be there. Good. And then come to stillness. Wonderful, everybody. You did a great job. That's just a small sampling of some of the yoga postures that we do in Courage to Caregivers breathing meditation. And now it's time for the most favorite part of our practice today. And this is the deep rest. We're going to do something called Yoga Nidra. This is the ancient practice of deep rest. It's been around for thousands of years. And it is the rest that you find somewhere between wakefulness and sleep. So they say that 1 hour of Yoga Nidra actually is equivalent to a 3-hour nap. That's how restful it is. You can find guided Yoga Nidra meditations at the App Store for your phone, or even on your laptop or desktop in the form of a YouTube video. There are so many of them out there, so you can access these things yourself. But I'm going to guide you through a body awareness visualization in which I will be bringing awareness to various body parts, directing your attention there. And so your attention will go there for just a moment or two, and then you'll move on to the next part. If at any time during this practice you just want to completely let go and rest and lose the sound of my voice, that is just fine. You're more than welcome to do that. I invite you to do that. That means that you're resting well. So I will start the music once again. Good. And I invite you to once again get comfortable in your chair and close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And then just start once again to connect with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And just close the eyes, letting that breath move through your body. And then begin to soften all the muscles in the face. Let everything go. The muscles in the jaw, the chin, the forehead, the cheekbones. Let everything soften and come to stillness. And then moving your awareness to both shoulders. Relax the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Let all remaining tension just drift away so that both arms are completely relaxed. Moving now to the legs, the hips, and the thighs, the knees, the shins, the ankles, the feet and the toes, letting all tension from the hips down to the toes completely release. Both legs are completely relaxed. And then moving your attention to the back body, the low back, the middle back, the upper back, the shoulder blades, letting all the tension release there so that your whole back body is completely relaxed. Take a moment to check back in with the breath, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And now moving to the front body, the pelvic floor, the low abdomen, the upper abdomen, the chest, and your heart, your generous, caregiving heart. Take a moment to rest your awareness in the heart that gives to so many each and every day. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Rest now in this present moment. Rest well. Rest well. very gently and very slowly begin to bring your awareness back. Perhaps inviting in a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe just rocking your head from side to side, or bringing your arms up overhead and giving yourself a nice full body stretch, whatever it is that your body is calling for in this present moment. And as you slowly begin to reawaken, you may open the eyes. And I have a little closing meditation for our practice today. This is from the philosopher Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says, breathing and knowing that we are breathing is a basic practice. No one can be successful in the art of meditation without first going through the door of breathing. To practice conscious breathing is to open the door to stopping and looking deeply in order to enter the domain of concentration and insight. I hope you all continue to practice breathing and meditation as a useful tool for regulating your stress levels while on your caregiving journey. And now I invite you to raise your arms up overhead, pressing the palms together, and then bring them to your heart center and just take your gaze down to your fingertips and maybe feel your heart beating beneath your thumb knuckles there. And there is a greeting, an acknowledgement that we share in yoga, and the word is called Namaste. Namaste means that the light in me honors and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. And so together we share that acknowledgement when we say Namaste.
Cathy, thank you so much. That was extremely relaxing, and I'm sure for everyone on the call too, but I
Good.
feel, yeah, in a much better place to continue with my day. And I
Good.
think that's true for our attendees also.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah. So we do want to thank all of our caregivers on the call. We want to thank Cathy and Sarah from Courage to Caregivers for making this possible today. And we do want to open up to any questions. We may not have any questions today, but if you have any for Courage to Caregivers, for Cathy, for Julie Billiart Schools, and you can go ahead and put them in the Q&A box, and we can hang around here for a few minutes to answer questions. But if you don't have any questions, thank you for joining us, and we will send out today's recording if you ever want to access this again. I know Courage to Caregivers also has a wonderful YouTube video or YouTube channel where you can access other guided meditations. And you can certainly email us any questions you have. All right. All right, just a lot of fantastic sessions. Thank you for the feedback. And we will send this recording out to everyone. We hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you to our parents, our providers, our community partners, and the village that it takes to raise our kids. But we do have one question. I'd like to hear more about what the kids do for yoga. That's a great question. It kind of depends on which campus you're at. That could be involved in PE. That would be a great question for our principals. It's the end of the year now, so we'll be looking at programming for next year. I know we did have a kids yoga pairing that we did earlier this year, and the kids loved it. So that's definitely something we'll be looking at for next year as well. But feel free to send us ideas for yoga, and maybe that's something we could bring Cathy into as well.
I would love that. I actually have taught a lot of kids yoga, and I'm doing a couple summer camps this summer with elementary and middle school kids yoga. So it's amazing how kids are able to just really come into that stillness, and they actually crave it after a while. They love it, and it really resonates with them. So great benefits for kids.
Kathy, are your camps still open? Do you have availability?
It's not my camp per se. It's with Old Trail School in Bath, Ohio. So it's down in the Cuyahoga Valley National Forest area. I don't know if they've closed the enrollment yet. I could find out for you, but I don't know right now. I know the enrollment is limited because of, we're still really distancing and everything in our classes these days, whether it's adults or kids or whatever. So I'm not really sure, but.
Well, to the person who asked that question, we can follow up with if that enrollment's still open, and it's certainly something we'll look at for next year for our kiddos, as well as maybe a future beyond camp exercise.
Yeah, great.
All right, well, thank you so much. We do have another question. Kathy, I'm not sure if you're able to answer this. Someone asked, does yoga help with ADHD?
Specifically, I don't know, but I know that yoga has such benefits because you go out of the thinking mind and into the observing mind, which is that going inward. So you start to listen to your body. You start to trust what your body's trying to tell you. So I would think as a way to calm people down, little people, big people, that it is extremely beneficial. I have done yoga with middle school boys who just said, "I'm not going to do this. And couldn't settle themselves until we started the breathing, and the breath is that gateway." So I think anybody who is able to practice that breathing can do, yoga. Breathing is a huge part of yoga. It really is. It just like Thich Nhat Hanh said, it's the doorway, it's the gateway. So I think I think it would be very beneficial for ADHD.
All right, well, thank you so much for everyone who joined us today and for everyone who joined us for this entire series. A lot of the names on this webinar today have joined us for multiple sessions. We thank you for that. We will put all of these on YouTube. They're also available on our website. And then please join us in the fall for future webinar series. And thank you to Courage to Caregivers for making this possible. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you for having us today. It was lovely. Joy to be with you.
Thank you.